Rinpoche. Desa yore, ina desa dina manina, yore. Uni pache chichina de kumare lapso. Partaske la longere.
Page number 4, the yellow book. Zanje je dan zoi jen jo na la jan joi par de dan e ja zun je da ge je zo je ge zo nan je ro la ben je zan je
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Oi manang ga dan yan be sen je dan je de wa dan de ve je dan de bar je dong je dan ra wa je dong me be de wa dan mi ra wa je nie ren ja da nie dan ra ve da nyo la ne ba je.
May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms, if I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain. My body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine, by offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. When I offer it, bless me to attain the state of Buddhahood.
Page 11.
I supplicate you from the wheel of the Dharma, of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles, according to the dispositions and mental capacities.
then Tangaran so tonight, them choke. Want Sharwa. What in the Tombo Narzo, that's same Chancho, same Tiki workers, some cheese, body. What in news about Jura, some cheese, some chance, some cheese to that one. One can, some is some chance, some cheese, the pants where there's some counter on it. Or take sheet one goes on to do Chico.
I can't see his face with this other microphone. It
Very artsy.
DK Yagareve.
Mickey.
Yeah, that's blocking. I just can't see him. I was wondering if he could be moved, but so now we will receive the Chakrasamvara Empowerment. And at the outset of the empowerment, it is important to generate the mind of bodhichitta. And so both with the generating the aspiration and application bodhichitta, I'm thinking first that it is with the intention to accomplish the purpose and benefit of all sentient beings that we engage in this process, both the one who is giving the empowerment and those who are receiving it. And so with that objective in mind, then it is with this pure intention that we go about receiving the empowerment.
That's it. Also, what she may own. Don't want to have a lambing or the matters we have what she may own. Teach it to don't matter.
And so the first stage of the empowerment is the cleansing. So when we engage in the cleansing, we cleanse the doors of body, speech, and mind. And then the second preliminary, so that's the first preliminary to the empowerment, and the second is the offering of the torma to dispel obstructing forces. So this is to isn't any obstacle that comes to interrupt or pose any obstacle to the process of empowerment.
Sudukayo me baba, subukayo me baba, anuradu me baba, sarva siddhi me brayeza, vayakarma sutsa me zidam yam guru hum, ha 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 vu banga me sarva dadanga, banzara ma me manze, banzara baba ma. Samaya sadhu benzara sadhu sama manubalaya benzara sadhu dino paradi chande sudhu kayo me baba subhu kayo me baba anuratu me baba sarva siddhi me braye Arvaganama Suzame Zedayam Guru Aha Bhagave Sarvadata Gata Banzara Mahamem Banzara Bhava Maya Samaya Sadhu Banzara Sadhu Samaya Manubalaya Banzara sadhu dino paradi chande cho me baba Sudu kayo me baba Subu kayo me baba Anuratu me baba Sarva siddhi me baraye Sarva kanama sutsa me zidam yam guru ha ha ho bhagave sarvadathangata mahama Banzara Baba Ma Samaya Sadhu Banzara Sadhu Samaya Manubalaya Banzara Sadhu Dino Varadi Chandre Chumeba Asudu Kayo Me Baba Subo Kayo Me Baba Anuratu me baba sarva siddhi me bhai sarva karma sutta me zidangi guru ha ho bhagave sarva dathangata banjara mamena Banzara Baba Maya Samaya Sadhu Om Begane Dajeda Om Pi Om Sa Baba Shadas Chig Shina Rida Om Begane Dajeda Om Pi Om Sa Baba Shadas Sarvadharma Subhava Shudu Dombani De Juru Dombingane Yamne Long Ramne Me Jingo Dento Oma Avon Tobe Jiva Zomnane Ale Toba Yang Jia Xie Na Tu Wu Dan Chu Ye Hong Kam Zhang Kam Ang Zhang Mam Lang Bam Mam Bam Dam Jie Du Se Nga Tang Zhu Mang Rang Lang Ke Sang Wong Sen Ba Long Ke Ju Me Ba Tian Ko Rue Sang Wong Tang Ji Be Zi Nam Ki Ba Nyima Cher Ka De Wu Kan Do Di Lang Pa Le Chu Be Ngu Xun Do Tang Song Wa Ka Ram Ka Bo Du Da Ba Ti Ni Xu Ba Ju Den Yin Min Ji Be Den Tu Ye Bu Ri Li Le Wong Wong Ga Ka Ka Ga Nga Za San Za Nya Na Zhe Shen Zhe Da Na Da Ta Dan Da Papa Amba Mayara Labasha Kasaha Cha Soha A Hum Yonsu Churbali Oma Ahon Dene Zendu Zebale Nebe Jinkor Jelhanan Cho Simjian Jeton Jie Nyumbar Shovi Gezom Natam Ken Gezon Yatam Gedu Setan Isumi Banji Bara Choro Oma Kakakaye Ka Sarva Yachara Chabudas Sa Buddha Buddha Beshaza Umada Aba Mara Daka Dake Nedan Yama Manajana Samaya Rajandu Sarvaside Mera Yatim Bama Yatin Kanta Bazata Bravata Zagata Dramate Mamagara Sisukam Beshuda Sayaka Bamendu Hong Hong Pi So Laye Sona Malutan Luye Sona Malutan Luji Sona Malut Sumbu Sona Malutan Jumbu Sona Malutan Jida Sona Malutan Shazi Sona Malutan Jiji Sona Malutan Jiji Sona Malutan Kandu Sona Malutan Mamu Sona Malutan Malubane Tamchita Derke Dala Gonsu Zor Choji Dorman De Yela Nejor Dasya Kurshi Nemi Setan Wanchu Tan Betan Chatan Karwas Monchu Jaten Guntum Zo Shetan Jela Soba Ye Lejen Ngoro Dala Zor Tamze Jenje Dala Zor Ngoro Gunje Gaji Zor Dumi Jizani Nada Dongdang Gaina Shevara Melam Ngan Tang Sema Ngan Jeten Ngan Barami Baranzo Jiten De Shen Lole Runan Pershen Chun Berba Dele Tamchin Roba Tang Yilan Doba Gun Ro Oh, the Tawan Sena, Malari Beta was on door. Samo Dawala, once, that's a Zangasamo, Dayala. One, the love once, Rwa. Oh, the one circulate in a Tangian walk as a contain not his own. One don't do is so that's hating to some of these down for his. What do you want it say? So, kitchen for his, say you are. Or say to that, so this is the kitchen for his. Or the song you read, then that is similar if it is on your Humba Chi, Humba. Humba go to door by Chi once. Humba go on your Sorati Chi one case. Jean Lutaku don't by knock once. Jean Lutaku don't have the knock one race. Or then a require to read over 20 once. So Sam can go draw out the Tonda one race, require to read over 20 once. What I want is something being injury is on door home. What he do, what I do race one. 我这趟的多趟那切拍网银从有点贡献呢，这趟都叫了网些有什么？他上俺在了网些，他用许多天的天主的，他呢他做他俺当做强那个强求性这些今年的呢，一当他光的要不有的是天的，我的天主这是吧？我这期天呢，现在都军中去往那这老乡这这些了，
And so, as Milarepa has said, it is empowerment that introduces one to the profound view. And likewise, as Lord Jigten Sumgön has said, whether or not one receives empowerment is determined by whether that the meaning of the empowerment is really born in one's mind stream. And so for that reason, it is important to attend to the words, to pay attention to the words in such a way that it brings about a deeper understanding in the mind, in such a way that the meaning is really received. And so also, as Milarepa has said, by the vase touching the head, or when one receives the blessing of the vase with the face touching the head, this is the outer empowerment. One's own body arising in the form of the deity is the inner empowerment. And the introduction to the meaning, the awareness, the intrinsic awareness within, is the meaning empowerment, or the real meaning of empowerment. And so in that way, we can receive empowerment on these three different levels. So also Lord Jigten Sumgön has said that which distinguishes Sutra from Tantra is empowerment. So empowerment is unique to the practice of secret mantra with regard to all of the levels of the Buddhas, all the levels of practice. And so first, having the foundation of really generating a pure intention of bodhichitta, this becomes the foundation for receiving the empowerment. So with that, then I will read through a historical account, or the description of the background or history for the empowerment. Oh, yeah, okay. So how sad that sentient beings as limitless as space endlessly wander in samsara, the ocean of suffering. Listen with the intention to bring them all to the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. In the Gandhabhuya Tantra Sutra, it says, "Child of noble lineage, bodhicitta is like the seed of all the Buddha's teachings. For instance, to grow a certain flower or tree, the right seed must be sown. There is no use in planting a seed that does not yield the intended flower or fruit. Similarly, the emergence, maintenance, and expansion of all the qualities of Mahayana or a Buddha or Buddhahood depend on the seed of bodhicitta." The omniscient Bodhisattva Kunu Rinpoche said, "When motivated by bodhicitta, even sexual union may be a great virtue. A medicinal sprout that heals disease grows from a medicinal root. Since the motivation of bodhicitta is vital and the foundation of all the myriad sutras, tantras, and commentaries, it goes without saying that empowerment should not be given in the absence of bodhicitta. The presentation of mandalas and mudras alone is not sufficient. In the Empowerment Tantra of Vajrapani, it is stated that Vajrapani said, Manjushri, when a bodhisattva who engages in bodhisattva conduct, has trained in and accomplished bodhicitta, chooses to enter the gates of secret mantra, he shall be accepted into the mandala of the knowledge mantra, whereby the empowerment of great wisdom is bestowed. Those without bodhicitta should not be granted access to or view the mandala. The mudras and secret mantras should not be revealed to them. Therefore, it is vital at this time to listen with the perfectly pure motivation of bodhicitta. The innermost secret yoga of Chakrasamvara is the ultimate perfection of the 4 classes of Tantra, belonging to the unsurpassed Tantra of the Heruka family. In the noble land of India, numerous commentaries and traditions have developed from the progressive transmissions of the great accomplished masters such as Luipa, Krishnacharya, and Gantapa. Due to the extensive translations of these teachings into Tibetan, a great number of Tibetan masters have gained supreme wisdom. For instance, in the practice lineage of Marpa of the Kagyu lineage, numerous siddhas, including the Supreme Siddha Milarepa, and the successive masters and disciples have emerged one after another like a garland of neatly aligned stars. Their blessings are more powerful than those of others. Of the 2 yogas, the perfect Mandala yoga and the innate yoga, this ritual pertains to the latter, the innate yoga. It consists of 3 systems. This ritual pertains to the latter, the innate yoga. It consists of 3 systems deriving from the great masters Vajrakantapa, Garab Dorje, and Abhayakara. Of these, the 4 stages of the profound blessing empowerment are primarily carried out in reliance upon the Upadesha system of essential instructions transmitted through the great accomplished master Vajragantapa. Diniti yang tendati relation to the Jube Lama Tri Yorwa the young.
No, Malosh.
La?
Malosh.
Malo. Yeah.
Yinani, no, Dolosh.
La?
Losh.
Lo. Okay. The lineage of gurus is as follows. Drupon Rinchen gave it to his heart son Rinchen Namgyal, and it was then gradually transmitted through the scholar Chandrakirti, the master Yeshe Gyamso, Venerable Kinrap Chuji, Lama Rinchen Gyalpo, the Mahasiddha Pimagarwang, the master Mangtu Namgyal, the Acharya Sonam Chupal, Sharmar Gawang Chuki Wangchuk, and the master Dharmakirti. The golden garland lineage of this profound empowerment is undefiled by Samaya violators and superficial fabricated dharma. The empowerment consists of 3 parts: the preliminaries, the explanation, and the actual empowerment. And the preliminaries, which are the activities of the Vajra master, are completed. Second, the explanation of the meaning will generate certainty. The Tantras say the defining attributes of innate skillful means are expressed by none other than Chakrasamvara himself. He is the source of all projected appearances, such as the mandala of the glorious symbolic Heruka with his faces, arms, and retinue. This empowerment concerns the manifestation of the innate Bhagavan in union with his consort. He represents the innate natural state of awareness that is the source of all phenomena, the primordial wisdom of undefiled bliss and emptiness. Since the practice of skillful means is sublime, it is important to cultivate certainty in the symbolic meaning. And the third are the blessings of the actual empowerment. In order to receive the empowerment of profound blessings preceded by the illustrative explanation of the emergence of primordial wisdom, Visualize in the space before you glorious Chakrasamvara, inseparable from your guru, surrounded by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and Dakinis of the 10 directions. The name Mandala Yang Shu.
This is like understand. The not the way Sanji Shazet to wake. Dr. Domba Sanji Shazet to Yaro. Or the Tam K. Tubji Chimbo Chine. This some chant do ya to calm the mobile then, the Chu Mambo Jizong race. Or Tinala, that is it, Zanga Dorje Patres. Zanga Dorje Patela Hula, Sunning Ni say your race. Sarma da China, that Choji, at the Shatan, Marvalosa Lasso. Or Tigon to Suntat George Sarma of Grace. Ting and Nyima of Grace. Or that Tajetan China, the Yores. Antina Zanga, Jude Yores. Chaju, Joju, Nenjolana may be Jew, said Jude Yores. Or the Jude Shinala, the Nenjolana may be Jew, Teres, and or the Dinala, Paju, Maju, Nimi Jew, say Yores. Or that Dinala, Pija Maju, no, that and Rosho Sari, Majuchi. Or the that's one, Tamaju Tinala, so that's a tuning made to say Yamnachi, adapt the royal bundle. What in the body, and the Gunjurek, Ma bent the Residuras, Reteres, Tikarshi or Sena, you did some make so incredibly so long, eh? Let me let you know, yes. Until how long you may. Let me Jude some incredibly so long, eh? Let me let you know, yes. Lana maybe Khenchen Namish.
So the Buddha, the Buddha Shakyamuni, through his great compassion, manifested countless skillful methods in order to tame those beings to be tamed. Appropriately according to their different dispositions and capacities. And so, as that is the case, we also have the teachings of Vajrayana secret mantra. And within secret mantra, there are in Tibet, or as it traveled to Tibet, then there are two traditions that developed, that of the Sarma, or the new tradition, and the Nyima, or the old tradition. So the Sarma mainly stems from Lord Atisha and Marpa and so forth. And the Sarma, and so there are the different categories of Tantra that in both traditions of the Kriya Tantra, Charya Tantra, Yoga Tantra, and Unsurpassed Yoga Tantra. And so you have in Unsurpassed Yoga Tantra the categories of the Father Tantras, Mother Tantras, and non-dual Tantras. And so this empowerment falls into the category of Unsurpassed Yoga Tantra, and in particular is of the Mother Tantras. And it is said that the Mother Tantras are particularly beneficial to be practiced during the time of degeneration, or during sort of the height of the degenerate age. And so Rigzen Chugidrakpa took sort of the essence, or the very refined essence of all the different classes of Tantra, and through this then we have the four co-emergent deities.
Then that is Judah Karur Sena, Jude that Shayor Salas, one you can chung she. Tinala, let me let you know, yes, Lanami, let you know. Someone do ba, Sandu Yura, Sandu Machuba, Lopon, Gay Beturje Lows, Zandu Lenji, Machuba, Lopon, Gay Beturje, Jarak Lopon Rinoa, Gay Baturje.
Is it Jakargi Lopon?
Gay Baturje, he looks so race, looks so low. What is on? Demcho, Lenji. Lenji by the Chivuklo. Trumpian Chivu by law.
Gantapa.
Ochi. Then Jidor Nenchete, Lopon Shenda Bales, Jidor. Lopon Shenda. Or Tene Tunko Nenchete, Lopon Rahula, Irabanda. Rahula Irabanda se. What he lochi. Or Tene Tati them short Majura, Tati non Talenche Shiro, and Tita taken a canet, them short, Chiguk, them short. Maju imba, or thick, they want PRS. Or Tene Lopon Chavata, one drop Chihat, Zongan Rosares, or Tene, or Tantrix, I mean, this reputes at Tantric.
And so, so we have these four co-emergent, the unsurpassed, the four co-emergent deities of unsurpassed Yoga Tantra. And first is Guhya Samaja, or Akshobhya Guhya Samaja, which comes from the tradition of the Indian master Lopon Gekbe Dorje. And then the Chakrasamvara, which comes from the tradition of Gantapa, and Hevadra, which comes from the master Shantapa, and Kala Chakra, which comes from the master Rahula Shri Bajra. Bandra. And so this empowerment is the Chakrasamvara empowerment stemming from the lineage of the master Gantapa.
Oh, then the Jubanda China doesn't as a Jamur much can do top your written. Then not top your writs, the Jeton Lenchi Sherry, Jeton them Joan Mambo top your writs, Lamachimba. Or the Chi, or the Lopon Chavato, son sees a lot of one drops as well. Son sees.
Need Linchi Chigura.
Ah,
Need Linchi de Chigura.
Che,
The Wang Pei.
Lenchi,
Linchi.
Lenchi, one.
Shimba de Samsung.
Correct.
Yeah.
Lenchi, that Mambo your man.
Yeah. So as far as how Drupon Rinpoche himself has received this empowerment, he has received it from His Holiness Drikung Kyamgun Chetsang Rinpoche, and in general he has also just received a number of different, he's received the various Chakrasamvara empowerments from a number of different masters.
Oh, then it's
And the preliminary of the self-empowerment of the Vajra master has also already been accomplished. And so then, in order to request the bestowal of the empowerment, please repeat.
Gachen Chuda,
Gyaltsen Chuda,
Dombabo,
Gombapo,
Lopon Chune,
Lobon Chune,
Gong Suzor,
Gong Suso,
Changchu Chenbo,
Zhangzhou Chenpo,
Sudenba,
Sudenpa,
Gombo Chenbo,
Gombo Chenpo,
Da Celo,
Da Selo,
Tamse Tini,
Damsek Deni,
Dala Zoro,
Dala Zo,
Changchu Semjang,
Zhangzhou Semjang,
Dala Zoro,
Dala Zo,
Sanje Chudang,
Sanjay Chedang,
Gendu De,
Gendin De,
Japsum Tajang,
Kyapsum Dakyang,
Dala Zoro,
Dala Zo,
Tarba Chenbo,
Taraba Chenpo,
Chongcho De,
Ndongcho De,
Gombo Dane,
Ndong Dagni,
Shoudu Zoro,
Chodu So,
Tarba Chenbo,
Taraba Chenpo,
Chongcho De,
Ndongcho De,
Gombo Dane,
Gombo Dani,
Shousu Zoro.
Josu So. Great joyous one, my teacher, master, please consider me. I pay homage to you, great Lord, who reveals a way to total enlightenment. Please bestow upon me the essence of Samaya. Please also bestow upon me the mind of awakening. Please also bestow upon me the three refuges of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Master, please lead me to the supreme abode of final liberation.
Oh, then da Loma to rank you la tavitia. 2 months and 2 months you tam say to Domba to zone zam. Mikwan the Ruchi Kores. Mikwa can Ruchi Kores and do Jinam Kala. Lama, Jinko so Tatam Chorwa, Tata Tamediba, Tadimiba. What the Sanjay Tanjo Samba. Digi Pumboda Zambim got a show was Zamne. What in a Randa, some Jantamji, Lunga Ison, Jobs and Robata. Tikpa Yaya. Drove gave a GS in Achia, Chancho, Samjia. What is Utanga Namda said, Jeting over Roma. What is Uchin? Jobs and Rova, Tikpa Yava, Drove gave a GS in Chancho, Samjia. No, Tene Tatakase, and Ovanda China. Teach you. What I got to teach you, or teach you, Tene. Tangaran to the Zanga Namnachiala, Padikwa to Yata, sort to Zor to Ya. What is a pink it is?
So now then visualizing the deity in the space in front, the mandala of the deity, and indivisible from the essence of the guru. Then surrounded, you can by all of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Then as we visualize the field of accumulation in the space in front, then we go for refuge. Oneself, together with all sentient beings, go for refuge, confesses or purifies obscurations, rejoices in the virtues of beings, generates the mind of awakening, and dedicates the benefit to all sentient beings. And so in order to enter into the practice of secret mantra, it needs to be supported by the gathering or the purification of obscurations and the gathering of accumulations. And so this is why here we recite these 5 branches. So please repeat.
Concho Zomla, Dajamche, Digwa Tamche, Sosoria, Drove Gela, Jierang, Sanje Chancho, Yije Song, Sanje Chodang, Sonjola, Chancho Partu, Dajamche, Ranjan Tone, Rabdro Chere, Chancho Semne, Jivarache, Chancho Choke, Semne, Jijene, Semjan Tamchi, Dake, Rontunyer, Chancho Joncho, Yewon, Jibarache, Androla Pencher, Sanje, Drobarasho, Androla Pencher, Sanje, Drobarasho.
I take refuge in the 3 jewels and confess all misdeeds and non-virtuous acts. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and hold in mind the intent of awakening. Until attaining awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. I give rise to bodhichitta. Having given rise to the mind of supreme awakening, I welcome all sentient beings. I will engage in the highest bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Yeah,
Chisi Chancho Nibo Chijava, Cheddar Tuson Gombo, Chancho Tunde, Chancho Semna Lana, Tamba Daki Jiba, Sudim Chen and Labata, Givechun, the Dubat, Simjan, Tonji, Sujam, Soso Tempo Somaji, Sanjay Nature, Dombaji, Sanjay Chutan, Kendula, Lana, maybe Gonjo, Painism, the Somaji, Dorje, Simple, Dorje Chibu, Chaza, Tekonani to Somaji, Lokon Saja, Somaji, Jericho, Chimbo, Tamsei to Nirashin to do, Jimban of Yutatu, Chancho Chimbo, Legion, American Taba. Chenazang with 3%, Tambechun, the Somali, Legeric, Chimbo, Dombatam Jemba, Yandani to Somaji, Chobede, Jinuch, Chancho, Sem Nami, Tambata, Jiba, Simjan Gunja, Tonje, Dark Domba, Malus, Majervan, Dark, Madorvan, Dark, Umachi, Uyo, Simjan and Delango, and Sambo Inchito was a chief.
So the Damsek Java Rigna.
Java Rigna, that's now Domba, some jeans, something, some jeans.
So now we will repeat just in English because it's rather lengthy. The commitments of the 5 Buddha families, or the samayas of the 5 Buddha families. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis, please think of me, just as the masters of the 3 times give rise to bodhichitta. So shall I, who am called, and you can say your name, give rise to the unsurpassable, sublime bodhichitta. From this day onwards, until attaining the essence of awakening, following the teachings of the Buddhas and great yogins, I will diligently practice the 3 types of ethical conduct: the conduct of abstaining from unwholesome actions, the conduct of practicing virtue, and the conduct of acting for the benefit of beings. From this day onwards, I will never forsake the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the unsurpassed 3 jewels. With the samaya of the Supreme Vajra family, I will maintain the mudra of the Vajra and bell as a sign of the ultimate nature, and I will respect the Vajra Master. With the delightful samaya of the Supreme Ratna family, I will engage in the 4 types of generosity throughout the 6 times of the day and night. With the samaya of the Lotus family, born from great awakening, I will embrace the sublime Dharma of the outer, inner, and secret vehicles. With the samaya of the Supreme Karma family, I will abide uninterruptedly within the natural state of mind, and thus maintain all vows spontaneously. I will make offerings to whatever extent I am able, and will give rise to supreme bodhicitta. I will observe all vows without exception, for the benefit of all beings. I will liberate those who have not yet been liberated. I will release all those who have not been released. And I will give breath to those who are without breath. I will set all sentient beings in the state of nirvana. So now, please repeat.
Simchen Gunje,
Simchen Kungi,
Tonje Chere,
Dongye Che,
Dake Domba,
Dagi Domba,
Malusung,
Malusung,
Maderwanam,
Madrawanam,
Derwatan,
Drawanam,
Madorwanam,
Madrowanam,
Dorwe Chere,
Ndrowe Cher,
Omachi,
Ukmachi,
Ba Oyongxing,
Uyonjing,
Simchen Yangan,
Simchen Yangen,
Delago,
Ndelago,
Simchen Gunje,
Simchen Kungi,
Tonje Chere,
Dongye Che,
Dake Domba,
Dagi Domba,
Malusung,
Malusung,
Maderwanam,
Madrawanam,
Derwache,
Dawache,
Madorwanam,
Madrowanam,
Dorwache,
Ndrowarche,
Omachi Ba,
Ukmachimba,
Oyongxing,
Uyonjing,
Simchen Yangan,
Simchen Yangen,
Delago.
Ndelago.
Oh, yeah.
So we actually already repeated those words in English.
Chijime.
Chitsaryan.
Oh, yeah, Chisarwa. Oh, then, oh, then, Tangaran so Teresa, Chirana, Tene, Colodumbecky, Jinko Mayoba, Shona, Larian, so show which to Tamseto. Nomba to Tsuhi to Zone. Tata Tombo Jinko Diaman, saying, make that a corner cheese.
So now I'm kind of symbolically entering into the mandala. Then we should think that as we enter into the mandala, we will take extra care to especially protect and maintain all of these samayas, these commitments. And so representing the fact that we don't yet see the mandala, then we wear the blindfold. So please put on the blindfold.
Om za ju bazawara na ye so hua jin goran ji be chaten de meto chen wa la dus meto to wa the meto je wa den din la pen nan de lu so na de is no.
So you also have this dried flower. So you can take the flower, the petal, and hold it between your hands folded in the gesture of prayer.
Akamvira hon cheranam je cheranam je ne ga gunso changcho sim je ngo wonda bi o de cheranso da ne teri ngak simji ya ngak simji tala simji mi ba ta chen chi go res da cheranso ke loma so nin ka la gunso changcho sim ji jing ko la da we jing ko ngo gunso changcho sim da we jing ko nya ka we u so 통담 창조 셈지 뭐 도르제 가보 제가와 셈바해 나와 선수 요 잠들 미파치 되잖아 안들 치고레 시지랑아 안 제도 치러지
So now to generate the bodhichitta of Tantra, then you can visualize like this. So that which represents the relative bodhicitta, first you visualize a moon mandala, so a full moon disk at your heart level, and that represents the relative bodhicitta. Then on top of that is a white 5-pointed vajra, which represents the ultimate bodhicitta. And so visualizing like this, then please repeat.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Upadayame.
Upadayame.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Upadayame.
Upadayame.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Upadayame.
Upadayame.
Samaya Damzo Sedaya Bazaraya Suda Kant, Hedara Simji, Dana Sejubat, Tamji, Lo Bonje, Lo Bonje, Lo Bonje, Lomatampande, Burango, Baramobazo, Tiki Panam, Shinjilaba, Yelaba, the Zama, Jodo Zama, Jinko Mayola, Madame Javo, Madi Panama, Namia Mess. What in it, that's it. Dorje can go Charles Mozamroa. What in it, that's a he big song, Tampaje, Yura song. Zama, Sanga. What Zangate? Someone, that's someone has Zangate. What in the Jinko Mayoba, what is all Margaret, Labby man, something to do something.
So, with the recitation of that mantra, then you can think that the Vajra is placed on your head, and that this becomes the supreme secret of the Tathagatas, and that those, only those who will enter the mandala can be introduced to this secret mantra. It isn't given or shared to those who do not enter the mandala. And so, thinking that the Vajra is placed on your head, then this you have received that transmission.
Oh, then Chenanso, Jinko Shergon was a show you some. The Jinko Lat, that Jinko had them Jorawa, tell Charty who was something on the cheese. Jinko Shergon was a show you some. Then Chenanso Jinko Lat, la Charty who was on there, then on the Jinko cheese.
So now, thinking that you stand at the door or the entrance of the mandala, then you make a prostration. And so then please repeat the mantra, visualizing that you are that you are making prostrations.
Om Namade Hom.
Om Namade Hom.
Nama Me Hom.
Nama Me Hom.
Namo Nama Hom Soha.
Namo Namo Hom Soha.
Om Namade Hom.
Om Namade Hom.
Nama Me Hom.
Nama Me Hom.
Namo Nama Hom Soha.
Namo Nama Hom Soha.
Om Namade Hom.
Om Namade Hom.
Nama Me Hom.
Nama Me Hom.
Namo Nama Hom Soha.
Namo Nama Hom Soha.
Tamsei to his own Benza Almada Benza Almeda Honre Gaga Lamaji Eta Chuji Loponga Niba Gobala Sam Chatin something Chana to Jim Bandi Gowachi Ti Chago so Chanan. This is your way. You oh your way.
Garidi
Tain is the Chune Chuji Chana to Jim Nai Chine Deke. Washington, yeah, what is the way? To me, I came on. Yeah, that mean I do. Also, Chanana, Para Meja, Chunina, Young Weapon, Chivaton, Juro, Dare, taking Yabanam, change. What in it? So Chana Babia Sito, or Jendo, the Chirochi, Monkey, Ishibat, so do the Chanams of Haptavia. Ishibat, so do Haptavia.
So now, in order to receive the blessing of the empowerment, please repeat, thinking that the wisdom beings who bestow empowerment are invited, and thinking that the wisdom beings descend and dissolve into you.
Taking Yipa,
Tamjije,
Chinja Lab the Zoro, Part Dorje Samba, Dala,
Abduzo. All you Tathagatas, please bestow your blessings. Glorious Vajrasapa, please descend upon me.
Dene ta de Joryo.
Digir.
Cheranam Loma Namlaki, Jake Dombani, Jesu, Ale Chongway, Ale Chongway, the Uchin, Ale Chongway, Zonduruji, Namanta, Marbola, Bema, Yon, Tivenzi, and Sembe, Tivenzi, Baraye, Janve, Himbi, Ninka, Lamdi, Sejin, Korosabotru, Duje, and Semba, Dewana, Nimehonji, Sembango, Go Bamli, Chujin, Gora, Don Bon, Sam, Barao, Dabala, Agarapo, Hangarapo, Jimbayamli, Lonke, Jin, Koroku, David Patenji, Sam, Bayo, Wanzeba, Davala, Agarapo, Company, Wanda Lonke, Jin, Koroji, Barramle, Jin, Koro, Marbo, Chusumbi, and Sam, Bara was there, Trobe, Nipin, Marbo, Nomande, Barashin, Rankinikane, Samole was. Serenam je Gusuntu je Dorje Nam je Jan Chambata Nam je Ranji Hong A Hong Ha Wa Ne Yige Nam je Demchen Gamba Ganze Ne was it So Hyo Ba Lu La Chobe was it Nam je Luntada Gune Kama Chorwa Sam the Lord Shanan.
So from the state of emptiness, you instantly arise as Ah. The Ah transforms into Vajra speech Buddha Amitabha in color, holding a lotus in his right hand and the symbolic bell in his left. Standing upright, his right leg is extended. From the Lam at the heart arises an earth mandala, yellow with 4 corners and marked with a Vajra. In the center of the Vajra is a sun disk and a blue hung. From the Bam at your crown arises a water mandala, white, round, and marked with a vase. At the center of the vase are a moon disk and a white ha. From the yam at your throat arises a wind mandala, blue, bow-shaped, and marked with 2 flowing silken banners. At the center of the wind mandala are a moon disk and a red ah. From the ram, which is kindled by the wind mandala, below your feet arises a fire mandala, red, triangular, and marked with the syllable Ra. Within the light rays emanating from the Ra is a red Ze that levitates your feet off the ground. The light rays radiating from the seed syllable at your heart invite the nature dissolves into the syllables Hung, Ha, and Ah. While the Ze remains, the light radiating from Ze enters your feet from below, and all the masses of light, including the light shining from the Hung and so forth, fill your entire body.
Naum Beshaya Boya Dobaya Ra Zala Nehum Adeke Only on the Chambaza, the Dorje Jaram Gol Shasonza, that the China, the change of the Hibatas of Menyamba, Temba Shasonza.
So then again, you can visualize that the Vajra has been placed on your head, this time in the pattern of the crossed Vajra. And this represents the stability, that all of the stability being achieved so that all of the blessings that have been received will not decline or deteriorate.
Om di chamban zara di chamban zara di chamban zara di chamban zara. Otne ta jinkor seral meto torglo. Te jinkor ta te meto pa lugdu. Ta ti zobo ti jinkor zobo ta dem chong lo ro. Ti u kan bar meto do hyo sha hyo zam. Pa pu hyo zam ya u kan.
And so then there is the offering of the flower to the mandala. And as you offer the flower, you can think that it goes right to the center of chakra to Chakrasamvara, thinking that you have offered this flower directly to Chakrasamvara. And so it's best if it goes, so you want to aim for the center, and it is best that it's best that it doesn't fall outside of the mandala onto the ground. So then please repeat the mantra.
Akam Vera Hong.
Akam Vera
Chadiza, Gusu, Menzi Meda, Taho, On Akambira, Hong, Chadiza, Gusu Menzi, Mena Taho, Akambira, Hong Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho, Akambira, Hong, Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho, Akambira, Hong, Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho, Akambira, Hong, Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho, Akambira, Hong 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 Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Ho, Akambira, Hong Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho, 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 Akambira, Hong Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho. Oh, 当这个真的，咱没错，是接当起呢。Akambira, Hong Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho, Akambira, Hong Chadiza, Gusu Menza, Mena Taho. 哦，真的，咱没错，这当的来进中，经过进中话呢，确我这图片中，真的下中话呢，西北我这图片中，所以中真一片我这图片中，那不起那往我这图片中。罗吉吧，那不往，强头在差不多之内图片中，我这图片中。 我现在经过他这种话呢，我这么产生一种图片，我这就这是。他这个话呢，我这么产生一种，我这第四图片
So when you have offered your flower to the mandala, depending on where it lands, this determines the kind of different levels of attainments or types of enlightened activities that you will manifest or attain. So if it lands directly in the center, then this represents the attainment of the supreme city. If it lands to the east, then this represents the development of peaceful, enlightened activity. If it lands in the south, this represents the increasing enlightened activity. If it lands in the west, this represents the magnetizing enlightened activity. And if it lands to the north, this represents the wrathful enlightened activity. And if it lands somewhere around the periphery of the mandala, then this represents the development of some ordinary, a number of different ordinary attainments or cities. So now you can remove the blindfold.
Om Terrain Dorje Sambaye Chuji Migi Zoma Dorje Main Vananami Tamji Migi Zombarashi Om Janaza Ju Honza Midazi Vetne Janana Marabi Ling to Jiba Nejitu Sin that Marabik Jiba Tamji Parsene then Kolo Dumbe Jinkor Kolo Dumba Yamon Jinkor then Tandem Bajiba Mosom Tonson something more Pachi Gores.
So you can imagine thinking that having removed the obscurations of ignorance, you behold the mandala of Chakrasamvara, the Chakrasamvara Yabyum in union in all of its splendorous glory. And so then having entered into the mandala, then the next preceding stages or the following stages are the different bestowals of the empowerment.
Jumden de bien colo de bagundo, Antina Heje, Chani, Janzon, Chiva, Ziba, Chani, Dorje, Ziba, Yomla, Chiva, Shava, Yongum, Jigita, Yegum, Zema, and Numane, to Zema, Namba, Repeto, La So Big, La So Turso, La Nurubun, Dachi, Na So Jemba, Chazatan, Tanja, Goji, Kargunyam, Tandemba, Bandu, Yum Dorje. Chigo Tanto Banzi Baja, Jorva Chazanga Tanto Gan, Jingwa Yab, Yon Jangway Yava Chiva, Nika Hime Bomba Ribuna, Show Bara Choros, or the Show Bachors, Travalohan.
Okay. So now you can visualize as follows. Visualizing that the Vajra Master appears clearly as the principal deity, Chakrasamvara. And from the light radiating from his heart center, you are all drawn in and enter into the Vajra Master as the deity through his mouth. You stream down through his body and are passed from the path of the Vajra into the lotus of the Yum, or the mother consort. And clearly visualize that you are spontaneously born from the transcendent conqueror Yabyum. You come out from the lotus and are arranged in front, ready to receive the empowerment. Young the chok.
Hold the good, them joke on GNM comes lab song. You summer. Well, that's also the Zem down for us. The Katata that they carry. Who yep, Tons, Mark Colo, and Batty Cheese one. Shares on, share Jans on. That them church on what you are. What is in Chiva? And the lost. What to do so that that's what Telematone Yomji Beman Hamne, then so they call them Chotru, Jerem them Joe Gondo Chance, Yan Tindugo Shoroa, the Joro Zamara.
That jury and I'm in a
the Madonna Malash.
So then the dampo then kung so chama then
that the yom be man have one yom be man one net them cho ko lo gon do mon bo yin ba xie je jian song me yo ba then che ba jung zi zai de le che ba jung zi zai de le cha ni dorje tang zhi yun zi ba yom la chu de le xia yong ba gong ben ji ji tang ye ba jiang me tun sen ne de le我这 repeat 所有吧 repeat 所有了哦他在这上来了是蛮不简单这他推出这种路啊这这些这这些没拉都是推出这种这上的是我这是对他们叫做恰的我用的可上的这么多晓得Yeah, thank you.
So you can visualize yourself then arising in the form of the deity, Chakrasamvara, who is blue in color, with one face and 3 eyes, fangs slightly bared, and in your 2 hands you're holding a Vajra and bell, which are crossed as you embrace the consort Vajravarahi. Crowning the top knot of matted locks is a jewel, and in front is a crossed Vajra, and to the left is a half moon. Fastened just above the hairline is the diadem of Akshobhya, ornamented with silken ribbons and 5 dried skulls crested with precious gems. He wear a garland of 50 freshly severed heads and a tiger skin skirt. Ditsang ma chik barebe. Yene yang de the yun yang de in a shop kagayo jurwa.
Sha ye jang dura.
Shop nika.
Shop je jang dura yom te shop ti no shop ni gom do de ni no shop je jang dura.
So gare de nika yang de
nika yo ma re di no.
Zene din ra nang jing.
Jun them cho na.
And so you are wearing the 5 symbolic bone ornaments and are anointed with human ash, displaying the 9 moods of dance. Your right leg is extended and the left is bent as you suppress the corpses of Bhairava and Kalaratri upon a lotus and sun disk. And joined together with you in union is the consort Vajrayogini. She is red in color with a somewhat wrathful expression of lust. With 3 eyes and fangs slightly bared, she is clothed in the garments of space. She wears a crown of 5 dried skulls and a long garland of skulls. With her right hand, she holds aloft Diniti Chigbarebe, Dorje Dang. She holds aloft a drikuk, or curved hook knife, and with her left she holds a skull cup filled with the blood of desire as she embraces her consort's neck. Her right leg is wrapped around the consort and her left is extended parallel to his right, and she is bedecked with the 5 symbolic ornaments. Her hair is unbound and she is crowned with the diadem of Vairochana.
Oh, that is she. Oh, the Chine, then that's also to use and the Mepong Barbun, show those and do Mepong Barbun. What is show those Amra?
And so, visualizing in this way, generating yourself in the form of Chakrasamvara, you can think that you are engulfed in like amassing light rays. So you are surrounded, or you stand amidst a mass of radiance, radiant light rays.
Oh, then that is a long to Gane, someone was entro, Chosujan quarter Jibata, 1 Kilana, 1 class, so Jan Chansons and 1 class, then some in course allows one, or then some do it, or then some in course and that is a line, but taking equal in me then. Chanjo Simba Sime then. Sanjay Taring Median Simedian Cho Chomodian what is Jinko Sama Sandelik, then do Namkajan Transons or Tetra Yosarat and Lord Handel.
So from the light radiating from the seed syllable in the heart center of the Vajra Master, the victorious ones of the 10 directions, together with their retinues, are invited to abide in the space in front. Then becoming the mandala endowed with the 3 seats. The 3 seats then being the male and female Tathagatas, the male and female bodhisattvas, and the male and female wrathful ones. And so so the mandala is complete with all 3.
Maza Samaza, Maza Pupi Pardon, so Maza Dubi Pardon, so Maza Loki Pardon, so Mazanga, Maza Nevede Pardon, so Dorje Sanjela, Roba Jobechi to Yonde Unity, the Lazar to Zoro, she is Urbata Pelopon Sandoa, she is Urbata Pelopon to Chig, Leajin, Koro, Wankelana, Gompanzi, Wankela, Nama Gompanzi, Wankela, Jumdendi, Rinpoche, Humbat, Ishi to Zikawana, Wankor, Wankor, Chakrasamvara Namje, Jashijo, Cho Namje Gay, Tromon, Yom Namje Dorje, Land, Pudong, Homo, Namje, Churan, Denki Chot, Doutan, Janus, and the Metal Kurum Lasso, Charan Bebe, Cheran, Lomana, Zurba, Deban, the Agendo, those.
So at this time, you can meditate that from the mandala generated in front, empowerment is bestowed. The empowerment of deities of the Chakrasamvara Yabhyum bestow the empowerment with a vase of precious jewels, filling you with the water of the 5 wisdoms. And as this occurs, all the bodhisattvas recite words of auspiciousness, the wrathful deities dispel obstructors, the female consorts sing Vajra songs, and all the male and female gods hover above, holding parasols and victory banners, flowers, and a shower of flowers and saffron falls.
So
please repeat.
Jumdian Tejin,
Chumden Deshin,
Yebagun,
Shekbakun,
Jumdian Dagni,
Chumden Dagni,
Chembo Nam,
Chembo Nam,
Tuje Rangi,
Tuje Ramshin,
Janamche,
Shenamje,
Chuje Dala,
Chuje Dala,
Wangorje,
Wangorje. All you transcendent conquerors, great beings, Tathagatas, you who are the self-nature of compassion, please bestow empowerment upon me.
Dorje Chimbo de Cakrasamvara Cha Chine, Dorje Zomje, Zangwa, Sanjigunji, Jin Barachi, Woman Banzara Uga, Ambe Kenga, Surada. Or Titachi, Humbe, one Gorbe, Lomen, Yomobanga, Jang, Pumbunga, Nanjor, Higa, Mochi, Javaring, Savon, Hasa Jula Shaba in Osindue. Mandoe.
Chichina go Thompson, you married. The nature.
Tadaki, Humbe, one Gor. Humbe one go to a top, Nomonga Parjan, Pumbunga Nanjor, Ne Sonjo Nation and Mochi, or the Javaring Pacha, someone Julie Shas on them.
So through the vase empowerment, you can think that all of the afflictive emotions are purified, and the 5 aggregates are transformed into the essence of the 5 wisdoms, and you receive the seed of the 5 wisdoms of the 5 Buddha families are awakened in your mind stream.
Oh, that is Jilla, one got Humba Jibon, some Malo, we say, Lucas, Chancho Semji, they were Posum Sobachon. But that should have my alune, them chola mature big. Tabajan songs, Amra. Or they one clade, social terms on some that in the
and as the empowerment water enters into your crown, it fills your entire body, and you become suffused with a great bliss. And as the water overflows at your crown, it forms the diadem of Akshobhya. And then you can think that the empowerment deities dissolve into light, which dissolve into you.
Om Bada Bube Barenzo, Mazadu Barenzo, Mazalo Givers, Om Bazangi de Badenza, so Mazande de Badenza, so Watangan de belong to Yan, daughter Yobe. So she does use some.
Oh, Yuri.
Oh, the not
show down to Yura.
Not they belong to Yan's daughter Ma. Lopon has even door. Ah.
I'm the day Jidu
Marima, that Lopon has this and what it do. Lopon has a took on train, lay chewing on train. Marme ni chibitu to Ton Loma has a Navaye Pane, Shuki, Niki, Korova, Zam, Zorbanda Bandage, and those. What I'm both law. And the way. In a community, you long.
The Khenchen Dangpo in a young Gare, Chigiona, Linchi, Chigiona, Tadung, the
Yadan Chishan has to do Chola.
Yeah.
Then the Lopon has a beke. Lopon has a two king on train. Nandini Niba the Chin and Marmet the Parchis on the Chine, Lopon Shien et Ton, Lomen Nava Epa the show. When you can enter a course on some Tanti Gentle Chirochis.
So now to receive the empowerment of the mantra, then visualizing the Vadra Master in the form of the Yidam deity, you can think that at his heart center is the mantra garland. And from this, a second mantra garland change emanates, and it travels up and out his mouth and enters into you through your right nostril, where there it descends and dissolves into the mantra at your own heart center. And so as you visualize this, please repeat the mantra. Or please repeat. So please repeat.
Jumden Dake,
Chomden Dage,
Sonlache,
Zonglage,
Dala Never,
Dala Newar,
Zituzo,
Zedu So, transcend and conquer. As I have taken you as my teacher, please take me under your care.
So
now then, please repeat the mantra.
Om Yiram Banzara.
Om Heruga Bazara.
Hey hey.
Hey hey.
Ruru.
Ruru.
Come.
Come.
Hong Hong Pi.
Hong Hong He.
Om Dragine.
Om Dakine.
Zala Sambaram.
Zwala Sambaram.
Soha.
Soha.
Om Yiram Banzara.
Om Shere Bezara.
Hey hey Ruru.
Hey hey Ruru.
Come Hong Hong Pi.
Come Hong Hong Pe.
Om Dragine.
Om Dakine.
Zala Sambaram Soha.
Zwala Sambara Soha.
Om Yiram Banzara.
Om Shere Bazara.
Hey hey.
Hey hey.
Ruru.
Ruru.
Come Hong Hong Pi.
Come Hong Pe.
Om Dragine.
Om Dakine.
Zala Sambaram.
Zwala Sambaram.
Soha.
Soha.
Om.
Om Om.
Sarvam Badan Dragine.
Sarva Buddha Dakine.
Baza Varnane.
Baza Vanane.
Hong.
Hong Hong Hong.
Pi Soha.
Pe Soha.
Om.
Om.
Sarvam Badan Dragine.
Sarva Buddha Dakine.
Baza Varnane.
Baza Vanane.
Hong.
Hong Hong.
Pi Soha.
Pe Soha.
Om.
Om.
Sarvam Badan Dragine.
Sarva Buddha Dakine.
Baza Varnane.
Baza Vanane.
Hong.
Hong Hong.
Pi Soha.
Pe Soha.
What in it? Say that one go away to Chinsenji Jinko La Hukin. One bay one top silver. And the way. Mando?
Re, pacha yore de. Yore. It's Kimsa.
That one go with you, Chen in Korea, Hyokin, Humbe, Hyokin Tong, Humbe Wang, or Tumon Luji, Kitso, Zabe, Jiba, Luji, Zobo Zabe, Luji, Lezum, Chima, Jiangxin, Arjongwan, Jiangxin, Chimala, Chimanam, Tumon Maibana, Luntama, Zibi, Chima Jun, Jurku, Sheparjan, Job, Lamjian, Gombala, one Jiba. So
in this way, empowerment is conferred, and you have the base empowerment has been received, and you behold the entrance or you behold the mandala and the obscurations of the 3 karmic actions previously accumulated through the body are purified. And your future negativities are blocked. The obscuration of perceiving the body as ordinary is cleansed, and you remain within the extraordinary power of the Nirmanakaya. You are empowered to meditate on the successive stages of the generation stage, and you become a fortunate one who can manifest the fruition of the Vajra body. So then, in order to receive the secret empowerment, please offer a mandala.
Saye boju johen meto jang ra linge nyende anje chen la mei de puwa ye ndoku namda shen tu ju ba yo oda zame wan ke tongsul wan de ban de jian do qi.
So in order to receive the secret empowerment, please repeat.
Choji shabje, Gajije, Daki Lami, Chawato, Tejer Zami, Wankene, Gombo Jesu, Songmaranzo.
Through your kindness, I have obtained the unsurpassable empowerment. Protector, please take me under your care and bestow the secret empowerment. So now, again, put on the blindfold.
Zalchu benda vara na ye so ha ne che ran na no ben ko lo ba kun do tin na che je chan jian zong chi wa ju si zai ba cha ni do je da chi men zi ba yong na che kya yong jiang yong ko men ji ji ma tun jian no me wa ne ba je pe tu tu jian du ta zi de je ne ba ra da cha de ro ba ta jiang ko ji ka ri nyam go dang den ba yong do je pa mo ko do ma ma che go da to ban zi ba cha ro wa cha jia nga da den ba Chingwa Yabion Shabion Jong Ye Jiba sure. What in it, I round them chores in Nerawa, round them choy on this. What in the Yabs on once and do it. Yabs on Mabewa, only Dorje Carboze, Dorje Carbo, Zega, Nuru Omji, Simba Hokapi, Sabuka by Yom Bema, Yom Jazan, maybe Alibema Madoe.
Kimsa tenda the young tenda the tesa chapar chinang tata loba dang tesa kakare samgada.
Yeah, don't you want to do it? Maybe Ali be Mamma Bondama, Jibas Andrew and Sema Devas Habits at him, so he gave Marbon Semper Yamin Shobe to get home, wasn't over Tiki, Batamchi, Tiki by Yamji, Numjo to get someone the Uji Tiki. Yamion, Num Jones, Ziba, going to Daki to show ne, Chapu Abara de June, Yom Kazan, the Pub, the Chansan J. Tiki Banam, Ocean, Shuwe, Churu, Dusin Kazan, June, Che Baras, do it.
Yure, the Yure, not in that Kimsa, one pay New Yure, Kashela, Chig.
The need to imagine chasing not the need go through.
Visualizing the Vajra master in the form of Chakrasamvara and
So them jo say go.
Oh, sorry. We did. So visualizing the guru in the form, or the Vajra master in the form of Chakrasamvara in union with his consort, visualize the blessing of the secret place according to the sadhana. Through their union, light emanates from the seed syllable at my heart and summons the Tathagatas in union with their consorts. They enter my mouth, melting through great passion, pass through the Vajra path, and enter the secret place of the mother. They merge with their bodhichitta drops and become the melted essence of all the Buddhas. The nectar flows through the secret space, and ideally, the disciple licks the nectar with his tongue directly from the secret place. In the average case, the Vajra master picks up the nectar with his thumb and ring finger and places it onto the tongue of the disciple. Oh, okay. Actually, it's not supposed to read that.
I think what man då det ja den riktigt det är inte riktigt det det mara che la mai Dorje chang de be Dorje chang so je che dar sang je chang chu sem de sang mara chen chu la wang go ro a ho so ka dots Nyima ne yabos jorgo sare.
So clearly visualizing the Lama as the self.
Ta lo sama the.
The Chig lo yorwa, the jela, the malo ne the gola yang Chig barre.
Tanju that lo sa. Mo je jian jin ji. Debe sangje debe sangje Dorje chang so che da zang ji wang go ro chang chou sen de ju zang ten chu lo wang go ro a ho su ka se te zun be. In
the past, just as Vajradhara and the rest bestowed empowerment upon the children of the Buddhas, in the same way, through wholesome bodhichitta, today empowerment is bestowed upon you. So now you can remove the blindfold once again.
Chang chu sim je sang me wang ke rinpa ju ne lu de thong chap ne de thong ye ten ji ji bi de athar je nyam bar khyo so de ne da ze so so chang chu sim ke ten yang ne lu de thong ke nyam je song sa de thong ting ye ji gang la gom ne chi go re zong do.
So you can think that through tasting the nectar, the meditative absorption that is the union of bliss and emptiness has arisen in your mind stream, and so you meditate in the samadhi or meditative absorption of this indivisibility, the union of bliss and emptiness.
Te dar zang wei wang go ro chu ji bang ge zang jing ko ro xiu qian tong wei ge zang wei wang to nga je tu mo nga je le xie chima nga za ba jiang qi ma dong tu mo ma yi ba long ke chima ju ne long chu zo be ge ni ba gar ba che ba jen jo ba yin la nam dao ji gong ba ren ba lam ji bu zong du je cho be gar ba jian tu qi ba yin no sen du he.
Through the bestowal of empowerment, you enter into and behold the secret mandala of the Bhaga. You receive the secret empowerment. The obscurations of the 4 karmic actions previously accumulated through speech are purified, and in the future they are blocked. The subtle defilements of the winds are cleansed, and you abide within the extraordinary power of the Sambhogakaya. You are empowered to meditate on the progressive stages of the path of pure blessings, and you become a fortunate one who can accomplish the fruition of Vajra speech.
So
now, in order to receive the wisdom awareness empowerment, please offer a mandala.
Rera Ninge Nyende Jembande Sanje Shena Meide Puaye Ndoku Namda Shentu Jubara Sho Wadene Shirab Ishewang Zundep de Jendo Chirochis.
So now, in order to receive the wisdom awareness empowerment, please repeat.
Chumden Shewa
Chomden Shiva,
Chemboje
Rinpoche,
Dorje Nenjoro
Dorje Najor,
Jeki Be
Chig
Mechi Dorje I'm sorry Mechi Chaja
Michi Chaja,
Droba Bo
Ndrobabo,
Dorje Jorwa
Dorje Jorwa,
Yangda Jong
Yangda Jong,
Chedaratone
Cheta Dune,
Dani Che
Dani Che,
Ngada Dala
Ngada Dala,
Tedaranzo
Ndedarazo,
Kurban Damje
Korwa Damge,
Sonantu
Sonando,
Chenwa Jami
Jingwa Jame,
Dala Jo
Mandala Kyo. Transcend and conquer, who generates great peace. The single awareness of the Vajra Yogi, the accomplished practitioner of the indivisible mudra, is perfectly arisen from the Vajra union. Just as you embody that great essence, Master, please make me also like that. Please protect me as I am helplessly sunk in the mud of samsara. So again, you put on the blindfold.
Zachun Benda Warana Mahon, Zachun Benda Narama Benda Warana Mana Zachun Benda Waramana Hon, Dene Lopon Shirima Sines at Ndue. Yeah, Lopon Rima Sen, Deanje, Lapayon, Son, Lapai Badine, Sumai, Dershu, Donje, Sanje, Namje, Dan, Coloring, Majorova, Devan, Embo, Nyawaye, Dorje, Jijong, in the Rana to Juba, you can't do Jori, Ovo Mem, Iki, then Ovo makes it Lord.
So the Vajra master joins the left hand of the consort endowed with characteristics with the right hand of the disciple. You, relying on this lovely consort, is extolled by all the Buddhas. Through engaging the progressive chakra stages of union, sublime bliss is experienced. Abiding in the lotus posture with the mind, look inside the jewel. Wherever bliss arises, look at the nature of primordial awareness.
The Nichiranam Kolodumba Zendue Kolodumba Gondo Mobohi Chanchiva Jusi Bora Chan to the Chicken Zibayam Nachiva Shayon Gombenji Daye Jamet Zeman Repetor Sortola Naruan Dachi Riba Chaza Chodan Tajanji Karatarachan Karagu Nyam Dan want to Yom Doji Pamogondo Marmo Chigo Toran Zibaja Jurva Chazanga Tokam Chinwa Shabion Jan Ye Lalaji Yabjizama on Durgo Yabjizama sets into it.
Then la young de Chitong tenda de Gawaji.
Oh, Tendoa.
Dedo, Yenam tenda de Be Jepa tenda de Cherem de Yomani.
Da Jerem in Adam Chojin, Reserva. Someone may be on Hondurgo Zing over the Hongjin Samba, Hogapi, Royam Zon, Alabama, Marbo, and Samba, Tindoa, Mamma, Sandra, and Samba Devachim, Habits, Yamanian Semjendo, Monsavata, and Rangamatanium, Joke, so big, generations, and some Nimbale Gavanica, Chega, then Deva Chega, Durinum, Tangi, Deva, Yamsu, Mara, sure, Naji, Deva, Chinji Labati, Loman Hazim, in case someone Tiki, Batamji, do the Jabayami, Jodi, Tozi, Jake, Yambara Shahans. Not under this month.
Young tenda de pena tenda de. Yeah, okay. By abiding in union, moving in and out, bodhichitta descends from the forehead to the throat center and joy is experienced. Moving to the heart, supreme joy is experienced. Moving to the navel, extraordinary joy is experienced. Moving to the jewel, co-emergent joy is experienced. At that time, from the seed syllable in your heart center, clearly appearing as the deity, as you of yourself, clearly appearing in the form of the deity, light radiates, summoning all the Yabyum Tathagatas who enter through your mouth, blessing your body. Yeah. So with the recitation of Om Ahung, then remove the blindfold.
Tedara Wang Gorove, Chujigun, Chancho Semji Jinko, Shokin, Tom Shira, he want to Tumon Yiji, Le Napsan, Tano, Sam, Losa Zumji Chema, Narzaba, Jan Chema, Domji Suzi, Namto, Rapa, Chema, Dukin, Chujigun, Nupa, Che, and Jobe, Chevarajan, Shaban, Lam Jinko, Jinko, Gombalam, Dribu, Dribu, Todu, Tobe, Garbajan, Chiba Inos.
Having received empowerment, you enter into and behold the mandala of conventional bodhichitta. The wisdom empowerment is obtained, the defilements accumulated through the karmic actions of the mind are purified, and the coarse obscurations of dualistic fixation are cleansed. And you remain within the extraordinary power of the Dharmakaya. You are empowered to meditate on the path of the Chakra Mandala, and you become a fortunate one who can accomplish the fruition of the Vajra mind. Now, in order to receive the fourth empowerment or the word empowerment, please offer a mandala. Oh, or no, repeat.
I'm sorry. Saye Boju Choshen Medo Arara Nige Nyende Jembande Sanje Shena Mede Puwaye Ndoku Namdai Shentu Jubar Sho.
And so now please repeat.
Dagni Cheju Gadije
Kadunge
Sowo Wankor Namsum To Dering Rinchen Shiba Yang Gadichene
Jabdu Sol. Through your kindness, I have received the three empowerments of the principal deity. Likewise, please protect me with your goodness and bestow the precious fourth empowerment upon me at this time. So we already received the empowerment, or we went through the section of the relative bodhicitta, and now to receive the ultimate bodhicitta, again at the outset, put on the mandala. The blindfold. So Yamcha. Dorje sana dange khazan shima dorje san sai kin thebe ta to nan kurban jom thu gres
Matona Yanden Jungres, Namkeji Matona Yang and Jumrogres, Koran Chamrogres, Namkeji Davos, Namkeji Namka Tabu or Maris, Najingaro, Samkineros and other Chazachimon Tabu or Mares, or Tene, Dorje Tarji Shivanis, Dorje Tarji Shivanis, another. Do you touch it? She the very opinion about it. Do you touch it? There is some Coronel Utila, Tarchi Doris. I say Shivaris. Chonayan the Paya said the Chonayan Ti Pass said that and do the school. Tell Dan and Jail J. Dan till show that Jung don't what it is, or to do that. Rico said it.
So, till you, Marawa.
Do it. That means I should mumble the
they got in Torwang Nanga, you do.
That was on last time, but then she held the balak. Then it that she held the lap hunting as to Shirayo, Mandala. And just on my own.
The ready, you, Marika, Kakache, Kakache,
and that's even a love of what love
so Dampo de Kunso, Teniga, Chichina young chair, and Nagarela Gogiona, the color, so Kunso la Dampo, young chair.
Thinking that it is lying by Hin in the chair chasen. You don't have the two ones in the same matter, they don't want Goria Maris. Or then do that you hint in the chair chase. Then you hint in the chair chase, do you in the ship at the race, you hint in the chair chase. In the ship at so dog, Doya Gallicabo, or the Gallicabo, the chair chase. What it is Dorje Namkeji, there was a Dorje, and I think it's Zakin tribute on that Cogris last one.
So, as he was saying that the relative bodhichitta having like already taken root is like the seed, and then the so through the wisdom awareness empowerment, then this flowers into a shoot and then into the full blossoming of bodhicitta. And so the bodhicitta should be like completely pure without any stain. And so with the wisdom or the fourth empowerment, which is the word empowerment, the words that are given is that this primordial awareness is extremely subtle and profound. So it is extremely profound in that it has it has existed since beginningless time. So it is primordially present, and it is subtle in that it is difficult to realize. It is like a Vajra. It is like the center of Vajra space. And so a Vajra, the example of a Vajra is given because a Vajra is extremely it's very hard and indestructible, but it also destroys anything in its path. And so if it is not realized, then it destroys nirvana. If it is realized, then it destroys a samsara. And so it is completely this essence, which is that is the Buddha nature, that is completely stainless. And so throughout the time of delusion, it is never tainted, it is never touched by the temporary obscurations of the defilements. And so it is utterly stainless. And it is the nature of complete peace. And so it also, you are, the other pith instruction is that you are also the father of it, meaning that it exists within, and is like your very birthright. It is your own intrinsic nature that abides as your true essence within. That's all.
Odik toba semjen drombolas, toba sems tobsen galikavtandare. Sungzik nam to mambo trone, or toba semjen drombo, semten drombo na jirese. Toba sem drombo the galikada, Dorje kor galikadin, galikar mamodona, then now you semting around so sem sungzik nam to mambo, the toba semjen drombolas bet na share. Jotan treving esos, drobas and that's in galetas of melepa. Darchi tamchi sungzi tamchi tampa chedele nan ngezo gores the soma nyuma rawaps soma senata da tateshi patreswa
Soma
nyumas
Rangba.
nyuma soma nyuma rawa soma nyuma rawa se nyuma sen ngeme shepa chi rawa sen that tatesh sem bar gomje dis rawa shakors machuba or tendu machuba shane the Nyamlachi Gores, or the no de Chaza Chimbois, or the same macho batigan Yamlachidina, the Lord de Chaza Chimbores, what in on to these Gomjarais.
And so, as the Master Toksewa says, allowing the mind to rest, giving. Allowing the mind to rest after having been completely occupied at all times with the companions of the subject-object dualistic fixation. So like kind of over house guests who have overstayed their welcome, it becomes very tiring to constantly attend to the mind of dualistic fixation and mental proliferation. And so just allowing yourself to let go of the preoccupation with the discursive thoughts of subject-object dualistic fixation that are constantly stirring in the mind or that are constantly agitating the mind, then just releasing and allowing the mind to settle into its own natural state, completely free from all elaboration or all mental proliferation. So fresh, natural, and just naturally settled, being referring to that completely innate quality and that it has always been present primordially, and natural, being completely uncontrived in the present moment, and naturally settled, releasing in such a way that awareness can just simply drop into itself. Then this allow yourself to rest for a time in Mahamudra, which is beyond the intellect. And so we will meditate now for a few moments. Just allowing your mind to naturally settle, allowing awareness to drop into itself.
Om Migdat Pazete, Tondam Chancho Sem Jinko Ton Sonzam.
So then with whom removing the blindfold, you can think that you have beheld the mandala of ultimate bodhichitta.
Te dara wang gorwe chuji tongda chancho simje jingor shouken tong wang shiba tsigwan boche to tumo ma yin bar yi xie je chema sungzi ke namto chama ju ngo ni ke dewa chenpo ke jiwe dorje zon nyambe ke he dorje chobe kalwa jam chiba yin nos.
Into and behold the mandala of ultimate bodhichitta, the precious fourth empowerment is attained. The subtle defilements of all three doors, along with the karmic imprints, are purified. In particular, the obscurations obscuring wisdom, the subtle concepts of dualistic grasping are released, and you remain within the power of the Svabhavika Kaya. You are empowered to practice the yoga of Mahamudra, and you become a fortunate one capable of accomplishing the wisdom of the union of the three Vajras.
Dene tangarang su wang de tsari. Dene za gusung tu zawa yin la tamtsik tsu zong zang de jian do qi ha jie yu res. Tian du ta zo te tere nga zo xian pian kasi qi tu so qi. Xian no ba ma ji wa qi. Zo de jiam ni jie qiang shou xian zi lu dang ji mes. Ta sim jian xian ba pian kasi to tom de ya bo re. Kasi pian to ma to no ba ma qi wa le. Te ya te qiang shou xian re za de tamtsik tere es.
So then this completes the empowerment, and then we can repeat the lines of commitment or samaya, and hold the samayas which kind of embody or encapsulate or are the root of all the samayas of enlightened body, speech, and mind, the root and branch samayas, which really can all be maintained through mainly holding the vow of focusing on benefiting others, so benefiting sentient beings. So to whatever extent to always generate the mind of bodhicitta and engage in actions that of others, and together with benefiting others, and we should also, and at the very least, refrain from harming them. So together with the samaya to benefit beings, we also hold the samaya to refrain from harming sentient beings.
Zowo Chetara.
Zowo Jetar.
Kazarwa.
Katsawa.
Teda Tamchi.
Dera Tamche.
Dakechi.
Dageche.
I
will do all that you have commanded. Didn't
Oh yeah, tene ta. Guria answer it. Tene jetangi kasan chasenga de chi ba. Ten du nge du la na ya won do samsang me zo chasenga de ji fa hi won do zang ge wa. Wa te ji fa me ba du kum ji na ta de kare se na tambo changjo sem ji. Wa te lu so so yedam kare na yedam ji. Wa te ne ji won dong ze lama gom. Wa te cha de simbo ngang ka si gom tom na gom ya. Wa te ju ji na de ji le ngo wa ji. Wa te chi du de chasenga de du be chang de kan ma nga de gom ji na gom ya yo res. 대 제바지는 제 유ring보 공나 공야 요레스 어떤 게 가서 차생가 되나라 다다 뇽몽아 파방 소그레스 이시가 소 초그레스 가서 뇽몽아 파방 그레스 차생가 된가 냠나 치디 와 이시가 소 용그레스 라이소 와 이시가 지드네 로와가 왕 두수 그레스 라소 가서 어때 파모 주베케 나된 쇼차 마세제 요레 노고 파모트베 나데 쇼차 마세 와티나 텐저 종요레스 와 텐저리 테네
쇼체마
나데 쇼차 마 쇼차차 쇼차
텐다데 두바로
차차
차차선
차차선 칼라레
sharp the chart oh okay
와티나 암다티 와텐저 샤요레스 와팅게 가선데 종이 휴인스
So Drupon Rinpoche said that he also thought, that having given teachings on the fivefold path of Mahamudra, that there might be the idea that this has to be practiced, kind of very in its full elaborated form, which is very extensive and can also take a very long time. But there's also an abbreviated way to practice the fivefold path of Mahamudra, even in a single session. So first by generating the mind of bodhichitta, and then arising yourself in the form of the Yidam deity, meditating on the guru abiding at your crown, and then meditating, dissolving the guru into light, and as he dissolves into your crown, then meditating for a time on Mahamudra for however long. And then at the end to conclude with dedication. So in this way, this is a very concise and abbreviated way of practicing the fivefold path of Mahamudra, in which all 5 stages are complete. And also, as Drupon mentioned yesterday, that the fivefold path serves as, each of the fivefold stages serves as direct antidotes to purify each of the 5 afflictive emotions, and to generate or induce the realization of the 5 wisdoms, and also becomes a means to bring sentient beings, or those beings to be tamed who are afflicted in particular by any one of those different afflictive emotions, under your power, or to pacify them. So these instructions came from Pagmo Drupa's chart, fivefold Mahamudra chart.
양의 공존지 가서 소라도 있어 좀 하는 게 많도 많도. 아야. 아들 제 동생이 봐. 이름마다 해. 안 되지. 어당에 만동저 치마 요샤나. 와카로모 검서바다마 아데네베나도다 엄마 홈비소하 와카로모 검서바다마 아데네베나도다 홈비소 와카로모 검서바다마 아데네 홈비소하 우즈차 바데 서바베다 바자 소 다 카야 달로 몬저베 레친달라니 저바 카자 루젠 잡리오롱 공부 대군 소바조 엄마자 헤르가 사마야 헤르가 디노 마데르 메바스 그 메바스 바죠 메바 안으로 서바시데 메바 서바카 마수 하메 제다미야 고로 홍 하하하 호 방금 마자 헤르가 고반 사마야 사도 아몬비 엄주제 심티야 통군데 예수 배공으로서 상제 유튜브 제다를 좀 라리아 총반의 제수 반자문 두시반 탐험지바 이시바 라지 예수의 참세바나 라니라 태안바라 저로 엄서된 초도 다시바를 주제 행용수 탑에 바라는 주바들이 장장 번나들로 나로서 전화 주제 마지베 지주베 라면 다시 호다시 가시 대신 주제 그 방면에 제요된 초춘지 말을 참세베 공범범을 다시고 오면에 좀 되고나 파자베 라마른 보지 그 제나베 집에 말베 something 주제으로 토도가 저 나라전도 토도과도지 메조도 전상 파상제의 다시고 토말 버단다르게 와서 비주진 도세다버는 보지 탐조의 다시고 라바좀 제준상에 먹은 다시도 치면도베자 다시 치면도베서나 긴디베 다시고 메조로 먹고 예 다시고 년라 주주송케 다시고 다제 팀이 토제 다시고 저베 구송 토제 다시고 내다니 몬센데라 니메 고야데 니센다도데라 주점내 공초좀 땡데르데레 효원 비탄서와 마고 이인을 와선시 심지하래 와공 삼반로베 다시쇼 당고반 동그르베라 와레 right.
Yeah. ge ve za Gia Jian Bon Din De Lai Den Lương Ai Sum Ji Sim Jia Dam Jia La Pen To Par Chur Ji Da Ge Jia Lai Nya Moi Ba Do Cha Xie Da De Moi Nga Jar Cha Do Ge Sam Ba Men Jong War Chur Ji Zai Ba Dai Nie Ba Dan Ger De So Zhen Di Sam Ba Ge Jie Zang Yang Men Jong War Chur Ji Jiang Ba Dan Nian Jie Jiang Ju Sen Jie Da Ge Jie Len De Yong Sun Zuen Bei Ge Wei Xin Ye Nam Ga Dan Yang Ba Jie De Jie Ne Zhen De Nie La Cha Jia Jian Bon Ju Geng To Bar Jur Ji Da Nan Jie Wei De Jie Zhe Yai Ne Jue Jie Dong An Men Jong War Jur Ji Xian E Dun Jie War Ma Jur Ji Da Wai Lo Ban Jie War Ma Jur Ji De Ma Yin Ban Jie War Ma Jur Ji Jie Wa La Ga Wa Dan Ji Zhuo Wa Dan Ji Sim Ye Shen De Sa Wa Dan Ji Jue Nie Shen De Dang Ba Dan Ji Jie Ga Dan Bar Do Jie Jiang Jue Jia Jia Jian Bon Jiu Geng Er To Bar Jur Ji.
Page 29. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage lamas, divine assembly of yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, heroes and heroines, yogini and assembly of dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions, please heed me. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all sentient beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, pride, and jealousy not arise within my mind. May thoughts of fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhichitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. Even at death, may the torment of suffering not arise. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, and in the pervasive clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Please just wait a moment for announcements. Thank you.